Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday. It is the start of another week, and we are here as we always are every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern just to kick the week off, get it started at some high energy. And I call this time our inspirational coffee. I actually never have coffee at 8 a.m. On a Monday morning because this is technically my coffee. It's my way of getting energized, being in your company, sharing this precious time with you. I really am humbled that so many of you choose to start the week in this way. Jump on here at 8 a.m. Eastern on a Monday morning. I know some of you are in the UK, so it's a little bit later, but here we are every Monday morning, and that you choose this way to kick off your week is very humbling for me. I'm honored and really, really looking forward to the start of this week and what we're going to talk about today. So let me give some shout outs because I see friends joining us. Hey, Teresa, Chisa, Tracy, Lisette, mwah, morning, morning, morning. Good morning to all of you. Happy Monday. And this morning, we're talking about the 3 R's of manifesting. And actually, we've been talking about manifesting money a lot for probably the last 2 months. So today, even though we're talking about manifesting, it's really in the context of manifesting anything that your heart desires. And as I was getting ready to come up this morning and do this live, oh, I see lots of friends. Good morning. As I was getting ready to come up and do this live this morning, I realized that this is the exact process, or these are the exact things that I go through when I'm manifesting anything. And many of you know that recently how should I say this? Because I actually want to do a Facebook Live about this. So I don't want to spill the beans, but I've been sharing with you guys that I'm in a relationship, and I was thinking this morning about the process of getting there and realizing that, oh my gosh, absolutely. Every single thing that I'm going to talk about this morning, I had to work through and figure out and apply to get there, right? So listen to this, not just for money, but for everything. And sometimes the conversations are around, oh, let me tell you what to do, or let me tell you what not to do around manifesting. This morning, I actually just want you to sit back. I want you to listen to these 3 R's that I'm going to talk about. And I want you to be, kind of like tuned in, tapped into yourself with the question of which one of these is my big thing. Which of these, if the all 3 of these apply to manifesting, which of these do I have some work to do? And then I'm going to share with you, of all the 3, which is the most important. Without this one, your manifesting it's going to take longer. It's going to be more difficult to get the results that you desire. It gets quirky, gets kind of weird, right? If you haven't really, really, really done a good job on this one of these R's. So with that, I see that we have lots of friends. Hello. Oh, by the way, when I look over there, it's because that's where I get to see you guys. So you probably noticed my beautiful necklace here. And one of our clients, Lisa Elias, she's always here on a Monday. I know she's traveling. Hey, Denise. I know. So Denise, can you help me with this? Because I want somebody to tag Lisa. So can you just like Tasha's necklace, Lisa, and tag Lisa? Because I know lots of people are going to want to get this beautiful, look at this. I feel like a queen this. I feel extra, extra like a queen. But Lisa just launched her own business. It includes clothing and jewelry. And I went on to see what she had going on and to support her. And I could not resist. And they come with some beautiful earrings. I wore the earrings this weekend. But yeah, if you want to look like a princess like me, go ahead and get it. And it is so reasonably priced. Talk about manifesting. You can get a few. Do you think they're in different colors and all kinds of things? So somebody go buy some of these from Lisa. All right, you guys. Denise, I see Denise tagging. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please tag Lisa in this. So this morning, I want to jump into the 3 R's of manifesting. And first, I want to talk about what does it mean to manifest, because I realized that for me, take for granted sometimes, like, is there something that you know how to do really, really well? And you're like, oh, everybody knows how to do that. Like maybe you bake really well, or you sew really well, or you're really great at decorating your home. And you're like, oh, that's no big deal. Everybody knows how to do that. And I realize that sometimes I take for granted, we jump on these calls and we start talking about manifesting. And I feel like I skip a couple pointers because I am making some assumptions that most people know about the basics of manifesting, and that's my bad, So I this morning I was thinking about that, and I'm like, all right, Tasha, calm down a little bit, and let's just go back to basics. Even if you already know this, this is a good reminder, right? To manifest means to make real. But to make what real? To make your desires, the things that are, um, in your heart that you're longing for, and they're not yet in your physical reality. You can't touch them, you can't smell it, you can't wear it, you can't live in it, you can't all that, but you literally can close your eyes and see your heart desires. And so to manifest means to take it from the spiritual, the energetic, like in your mind's eye, right, into the physical, into you're wearing it, you're living there, you have the guy, you have the money, you are in a physical manifestation of your heart desires. So to manifest means to make real or to make physical, because I want to distinguish that, because I heard myself say it and I go, wait a minute, it doesn't mean that when it's in your heart, when it's in your mind, when it's in the spiritual, that it's not real. So I think an even further definition is to make physical, because it is absolutely probably even more real than you realize. Play on words there. It's probably more real than you realize when it's in your heart or when it's in your mind. So it's to make it physical so that it's in your now, right? And it's also to manifest, or manifesting is a result. It is the result of input. So you have input, something goes in, and you manifest something, that's the output, right? So to manifest is the result of an input. What is the input? Manifesting is a result of what input? To manifest is the result of the input of your subconscious mind. The things that's going on in your subconscious mind gets manifested in your life. Simple, that's what it is. Now, I know so many of you, because I said in my email this morning that we had this conversation a few weeks ago on ClubHouse, maybe 2 weeks ago. It was the highest number of people I've had in the ClubHouse room, which told me that you guys really wanted to have this conversation. So I know several of you heard this before on ClubHouse. Just play along again. And I know that you've heard this, but sometimes even for me preparing for this morning and going through these thoughts, I realize, gosh, I have a whole other, just one other little layer of understanding, and these layers are night and day. And when I talk about the 3 R's, you're going to see what I mean in just understanding the distinctions. So the 3 R's are to receive, to request, and to release. In order to manifest, you have to employ those 3 things. You have to know how to ask, which is to request. You have to know how to become great at receiving, right? So many people are really great at probably asking, really great at dreaming, really great at visualizing. But man, when the manifesting comes or the blessing comes, they have so much ego and so much judgment and so much stuff. We talked about money traumas during the money attraction challenge, right? And your money traumas create self-sabotage. And so you block your abundance with these self-sabotaging behaviors. So even though you're doing all the work on the front end, when it comes to receiving, you can block it. So to request, to ask, to receive, and then the other one is to release. And I'm going to go through all 3. And like I said, this morning is really just to bring this to your awareness, for you to sit with, where am I now? Because guess what? I've been doing this for a long time, and in different areas of my life, I have to work on one of these different R's. So for example, when it came time to where I am now with manifesting money, right? I'm really great at the releasing. I'm really great at the receiving, but I have to keep working at asking, because what happens is as you go on this journey and you like, in different areas of your life, you have to work on different things. So with money, I'm like, okay, I've been manifesting. I'm like on a manifesting roll with money. And one of the things that we've talked about in Clubhouse is sometimes you can get to this place where it's like, you know what? I think Rudy was on last Thursday. He's like, I realize I'm doing good. The bills are paid, everything's good. I have no major need in my life. And so I kind of plateau with asking. And it's like, this is about infinite abundance. I was created to express the abundance of God. So I have to keep asking. So with money, mine that I am working on is to constantly work on my requesting and to constantly work on, I deserve to ask for more, right? So that's me. Now, in the area of relationships, I know last year a big thing that I had to work on was releasing. So for me, I had to work on, there's a lot of stuff you can imagine. I'm in my 40s, a lot of stuff in related to relationships that I realized for manifesting a relationship, I was really great at asking. I was definitely good on receiving, but there was some stuff that needed to be released that I had to work on, right? Um, so I want you to know, listen in for, of course, I would love for you to listen in for money, but I want you to know that no matter what area of your life you're looking to manifest something, whether it's love, health, you want to really amplify your spirituality. There's a woman in one of our programs that I love. I don't know if she's watching this morning, Ivana, and literally we are going through the program, and the thing that she's working on, which I so admire, is her alignment, like amplifying her consciousness. And I'm like, wow, because she gets it. Really focus on that, and all the other things are going to come. And really, that's just her desire. She wants to amplify the way she lives and exists and experiences life from a higher consciousness. Can you imagine working on that? Ivana, if you're watching, I love you. And just so you know, totally admire and respect that that's what you're choosing to work on. So I see that you guys have all Denise says I love this. Denise says, yes, the requesting is where I can improve also. Hold on, let me get my mouse because I want you guys to see this. The requesting is where I can improve also. So, and I know Denise is talking about with money, right? Like you're doing really well, and it's like, okay, let me not, get comfortable. Keep asking, keep asking. So this morning I want, just to put the 3 R's out there. And I want to talk about, I want you, as I go through, I'm going to describe each one and its role in manifesting. I want you guys, each of you, to type, this is my one, right? So the first one is to release. For me, I had no clue. I'm just going to be upfront with you. When it came to manifesting, I had no clue that I needed to release anything. It was like, I don't get it. The Bible says, ask and you shall receive. And that seems pretty simple to me. So I'm just going to ask. And then I realized I was asking, and it was either taking a long time to come, or it was coming in a complicated way, or, all the stuff. The stuff was just happening. Wasn't that I wasn't manifesting, but stuff was clearly just getting involved in my manifesting, and I couldn't understand it. And as I went on the journey and I started to understand how manifesting worked, because remember, manifesting is a result of an input. And so the input was years and years of stuff that needed to be released so that my manifesting could come as pure as possible. Does that make sense? It's like the process works. You are always manifesting. So you can just look at the way you're manifesting though and ask yourself, something's involved here. And for me, it was really clear. I was getting the stuff, but it was coming in all kind of weird ways, or it was really difficult to come by, or it would take a long time to manifest. And I realized, just looking at it, something else is at play. And what was at play was I had so much subconscious thoughts that were sabotaging my manifesting. that were a result of years and years of life experiences that were not aligned to what I wanted to manifest, right? So I would ask for money, for example, and then it would just trickle in like just enough. Well, that was years and years of, I'm not worthy of more than just enough. I have to work really hard for it. So all of these self-sabotaging inputs were causing me to manifest in a certain way, and I needed to release. For a lot of people, this release piece, we have trauma, we have baggage. I don't need to tell you, we have limiting beliefs, we have stuff that I can't remember. I spoke to someone last week and she said, Tasha, I am so angry. I am so angry. And I said, well, this week, today is the first day of our 120 day. It's actually our 120 day starts next Monday. But today is our kickoff call. And all I'm taking them through this week is a powerful process for releasing. And then just to show you how God works, I look at my calendar. I looked outside last night and I saw a beautiful moon. And I searched it this morning, and today is the full moon. So those of you that are in the 120 day program, you guys are not going to believe how the universe has lined up for you. I want you to just sit back and have the biggest smile on your face, because it could not be more perfect. We're going to work on release today. You're going to have the rest of the week to do it, and you're getting to do that work with a full moon. For those of you that don't know what that means, the moon has cycles. During the full moon, you want to make a list of things that you need to release. During a new moon, you want to write intentions. What do you want to manifest in the next 30 days? That's all I'm going to say about that for right now. And we do all these things in our program. But today, I did not plan this. I didn't. We literally just picked the day for the start of the 120 days. And I said a week before we're going to give you a whole week. That's how important this is a whole week of release, right? And so I was like, wow, how blessed are they? They get to do their release work with the power of a full moon. Literally, it's like nature is just waiting for you to give it the stuff you want to release. And when I take you through this process and show you how to do it, okay. So that's for those of you who are signed up for the 120 days. Like, sit back and just know this is your first biggest evidence that your life is truly about to change. And oh, by the way, if you have not reached out to me, you literally have till 12 o'clock today when we do this call. DM me. I'm not even going to give you a link to find out. Literally, if you're watching this and you're like, why haven't I signed up yet? Why am I not on that train? Come on. Find your way. It's like that story in the Bible where the man really wanted to be healed from being paralyzed, right? In the end, how did he get to Jesus? He had to come down through, his friends put him through the roof of a house. That is desire. So if you know you've spent this entire 4 weeks watching the challenge, you know you need to be in this program, you know this release is for you and you need support to do it, then I'm going to tell you, find me. Send me a message, tag me in the comments, do whatever you need to do. Find me. I'm here, right? And I'll make sure that we find a way to get you in, because our first call is today at 12. All right. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the next one, request. This is especially challenging for women because the request piece is to ask for what you truly desire. If you remember during the challenge, the second day I gave you 8,800 to spend on you. What did we see in the comments? We had probably close to 700 or 800 comments of people, many people, taking the 8,800 and buying stuff for their husbands, for their kids, for everybody else. And it was really difficult to spend on you, right? And so what I notice in this work, when it comes to manifesting, you desire all these things, but you're not even willing to ask for what you really, really desire. It's like, and hey, this is not blame, it's just awareness. So what I've realized is that for many of us culturally as women, we come from this paradigm of we're here to serve, right? We're here to serve, not to request, not to ask anything, just to be here in service to others. And no, you have the right to ask, to make a request for what it is that you want. And I want you to like real, is this me? Am I stuck in asking small? Am I, why ever you're asking small? Am I stuck in asking small and not really having the courage to really ask for what I want? I've not given myself permission to go for what my heart desires. I'm not believing it's possible for me. Whatever it is, it's stopping you from asking powerfully. So that's number two, is requesting. And this is where the deservingness issues play out. You know, for me, again, back to the relationship thing, I realized I literally, after going through dating for a while, I literally got to where it's like, just have him be a good man and be breathing. Like, literally, that's, I'm not joking with you. I became so discouraged at one point. I was like, just a good man and he breathes. Like, that's it, you know? And diminishing my asking. Because I'd been through so much trauma and stuff with relationship, that I was just like, I had all this deservingness stuff. For me, I've told you guys openly, I learned about deservingness in relationships. And then I saw that a lot of people struggle with deservingness and money. Once I saw what it meant for me in relationships and how it played out in how I chose and what I accepted and even what I asked for, I realized, wow, I'm coming from a low level of deservingness. But that awareness caused me to understand this is what a lot of people do with money. So is that you? Is that thing where you're like, I'm just really struggling, Tasha, with asking for what I want, you know? I see that I'm asking small. I'm not manifesting what I want because I'm just playing around. I'm playing in the little leagues, you know. I see all these other people manifesting big stuff, but I am not. I'm not asking wholeheartedly. And here's another thing: why you want to be mentored. Let me tell you. Everybody will tell you, ask and you shall receive. It's in the Bible. They'll tell you, write out your goals. Well, let me tell you, as someone who lives this, has done it, has mastered it, that it's not just about asking and you shall receive. There is a way. There is a way to ask. There is a way to ask powerfully that causes the input to be so powerful that the output of manifesting happens with ease and grace. Guys, I could talk forever. I keep having to look at the time. This weekend, yesterday, I went to Orlando for the weekend, and I ran into a couple that have done our program. And you know, we were sitting there and they invited me to come look at their business, and I was so proud and they were so proud. And as we sat there, I have goosebumps. You know, the husband, the man said to me, Tasha, I have lived everything you taught me how to journal and ask for. I mean, I have goosebumps everywhere. It didn't even like, I think I'm really in the process of wow. And here is what we discussed. It's like, I bet when you were writing those things, you would have never imagined how it would have happened, right? But you were taught and you followed the instructions of how to ask. So again, those of you that are in 120 days, this is what I mean. I'm going to teach you how to ask powerfully in a way that you literally allow the forces of nature and the universe to do the work for you. But you ask for what you really, really desire. And you ask in a powerful way. So that's number two, is request. Number three is receiving. Oh my goodness. we so get in the way. You would think the receiving part is the easiest. Okay, I can manifest. I'm great at receiving. I can tell you that many times this is where, believe it or not, a lot of people are blocked in manifesting. We've not mastered receiving. It's like we put in all the work on the front end, and then God, universe, source brings us what we desire, and based on how it's packaged or the channel it comes from. So I'll just give you a simple example, because this shows up a lot in my work. We work with a lot of women who come into our program to manifest money, and they're so committed that how it needs to manifest needs to be from them, their effort. So they'll be in the program doing the work. And for example, their husband's businesses will take off like crazy. Money is flowing like a rushing river. And they will be in the program and saying, wow, I'm doing all the work, where's the manifesting? And I'm like, but you keep telling me all the stuff that's happening in your husband's business. And it's like they have a hard time seeing that that's the same household, right? The universe has decided that's the fastest way to manifest your desire is to come into your household through your husband's business. So for me, I've become really great at, I don't really care how, as long as it's legal, right? I can get my ego out of the way. That's just one example, but there are many. I always tell you guys about my $25,000 example, where a client walked up to me and was willing to pay me $25,000. And because I had hard work, I have to work hard for it. This is way too easy. Like that showed up. And so I didn't receive that $25,000 blessing when it came. I literally blocked it because of my self-sabotaging stuff from my money wounds. So believe it or not, receiving, I want you to look at, do I struggle with receiving? For a lot of us, we're like, no, it's okay. No, I don't, it's okay. I don't want it. Right. So I'm good. Look at, is that you? Is receiving the one? And I'm going to look at the comments and make sure. Yes, I see a couple of you saying it's receiving. But hopefully you've identified which of those three you need to really work on as your next level for manifesting. To manifest, you have to release what no longer serves you. You have to ask powerfully for what you desire. And when it comes to you, you have to be in a position to receive it, which means you have to be just in such alignment that you don't judge how it shows up, you don't judge how it comes, you are so open, you just allow yourself to be the container that it comes through, right? So somebody says all three. There you go. I struggle with receiving. Juliet says, I struggle with receiving. Latasha says, I release. I love it. Robin, can I sign up for the 120 day? It's not a challenge, Robin. It is a program. This is a journey that we're going on together, and we start today. For 120 days, it's called Money and Profit Mastery. I would put up the link, but our calendars are closed. So Robin, tag me or send me a DM. Send me a message on Facebook, and I'll find a way to get somebody to reach out to you to talk about joining us. But we start today. We're doing a week of releasing, and I'm also going to teach everyone how to clean up your money cycle. Right? So that's what we're doing this week, but we start at 12 o'clock. You literally have from now till 12 to make the decision to join us. It does require an investment, and we'll figure out together how we can make it work for you. But if you've been watching this whole thing and man, I can't let 2021 end with me in this situation, in me, working so hard for what I want, not receiving the financial abundance that I desire, not having my business grow, just struggling and worrying. Struggling and worrying. Those are the things. Enough of that. If you need some support with doing these 3 R's, find a way to reach me, and we'll figure out how we can get you to join us today at 12. All right. So I said to you, which one is first? There's all these three, but which one of them is the most important of all the three? Which one comes first? The one that comes first has to be releasing. For many people, your manifesting is skewed. It doesn't work flawlessly because you still have a lot of stuff in your container. So just imagine you're going out to ask to manifest something, right? But you're going out with this container saying, I want more love. I want a happy relationship. I want more money. I want more health. I'm asking, I'm doing what you said, and I'm asking. And you're going with a container to receive. But that container is full. It's full of stuff that is going to block what you're asking for, or it's already full. It can't receive. Even though you have this container, it can't receive. And what I mean by this is it's your subconscious mind. It's full of baggage. It's full of limitations. It's full of stuff that's not in alignment with what you're asking for. And you can ask till the cows come home, but you can see how if your container is already full of stuff that is not in alignment with what you're asking for, then manifesting becomes skewed. And I'm not saying you're not going to manifesting, because I will never tell you that. But you know what I mean, right? It's you're like watching time go by and you're like, how much longer? When is it going to happen? I saw this in my relationship manifesting. It was like, how much more time do I have to wait? And it was, if only I knew for longer ago, if only I knew then what I know now, that I just needed to work on releasing, powerfully releasing. So that's number one, the most powerful thing of all when it comes to working on this manifesting thing, is to really ask yourself, what do I need to release? And those of you that have joined us for the 120 days, I am so excited that we get to do this today. It's going to be really powerful. It might be emotional, but we get to do it together. And you get to have a guide telling you how to do it effectively. And that's why I'm really excited for those of you that have joined us. But everyone else, it's a full moon. Do your thing. Mwah. I love you guys. Have a great Monday. Those of you that are in the 120-day manifesting program, we are live on Zoom at 12 Eastern today. You should all have gotten your Zoom link. I'll see you on Zoom at 12. Mwah. Bye, everyone. Have a great rest of the week. Bye.